Coach, I guess walk us through this match. Just thoughts coming out of it. Initial thoughts.
Yeah, what a remarkable environment for both teams, but especially we should compliment Little Rock for being able to market this event and to put this many people in the stands for an exhibition game, And so I think for me it speaks to the volume of what's happening within the state of Arkansas in our sport. The popularity is increasing tremendously. And there are a lot of people in this area of the state that are working hard to put good volleyball products on the floor. And we're thankful that they are, because we've got a couple of them that are playing for us. And so that, it's early days in the season, and so we've got to try some things. We've got to mix some things up, and it's nice to be able to do it, against somebody else. You always come in thinking you're good at some stuff, and then you leave going, yeah, we're probably not very good at that, but we're surprisingly good at something else. So I thought it was a remarkable for us. I couldn't think of a better way in which to kind of answer some questions. So it was wonderful.
But you don't necessarily want to face adversity, but if you're going to face adversity, it helps to do it in an environment like this, in a game like this, before the season starts. How helpful can that be going down the road, like coming back in that third set, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, and so. I mean, you guys have been around athletics long enough to know that we don't live in a world without adversity, and so that's what I think is pretty significant about coming down here in the environment, right? That the safety and security of Barnhill, where we play, no longer exists once we step out on this floor. And so they pushed us and they challenged us and they exposed us in some ways that I thought we hadn't seen yet. I thought their middles were remarkably good, and they're hitting the ball really, really quickly, and that's something that we may not ever see again as we move through the SEC and things like that. So that really challenged us. We weren't as dialed in on that as we should be, and I thought they served really well at our outside hitters. They made our outside hitters have to pass it up, and we think that's going to happen to us. But it's nice to see that for the most part, I felt like they responded okay to it. They were okay. So those things are wonderful. Like, those are wonderful things.
Romani obviously coming back home here to Little Rock, in a Razorback red, continuing her family legacy as a Razorback. What do you think about her aggressiveness, especially in that third set there, where you guys were coming back and riding her cape a little bit?
Yeah. So her dad played at Arkansas? Yeah, I know.
You knew that was a joke.
Yeah, okay. Just testing you guys, see what your knowledge is like. I'm going to give her an enormous amount of credit, and I'm going to give her credit, Romani, in areas that probably aren't what you see, right? The final result. Like, she's got a good arm. She hit with range. She was pretty clean. But one of the things that we challenged her after playing Little Rock in the spring was that you've got to be able to dig some balls. You've got to be able to go do the little skills that traditionally probably someone with your arm, people just are happy enough, right, with that. And so she dug a lot of volleyballs, and she got on the floor for tips. And so her ability to play the game as a credit to her and the work that she put in over the summer. We've had them for 3 weeks, but I'm not sure I'm that good of a coach to have that big of influence in 3 weeks on the areas that she wanted to and needed to get better at. And so I thought that was a particularly wonderful performance by her. I mean, we look at her offensive stuff, but for me, looking at what we challenged her with over the summer, she has just responded brilliantly. So yeah, she's. I think she got a chance to be pretty special, actually. I really do, and so I'm pleased for her.
What were some of the things that you noticed that you guys didn't do necessarily as well as you would have liked, and some of the things you're going to have to clean up before the season gets underway?
Yeah, I think one of the question marks we still have is, what is our depth going to look like? We mixed some things up in set 3, and it took us a little while to get going. I think so that's something we've got to look at here a little bit. What's our depth going to look like? I do think that there's some defensive off blocker. I'm going to use that term, like the defender that's in the front row. I think they really exploited that for us at times, and so we've got to clean that up a lot. That was on our to-do list. That was on our to-do list coming in, and yeah, guess what? It's still on our to-do list. And I thought, especially in that fourth set, we had put a little bit of sustained serving pressure on them, but towards the latter patches of set 4, we just missed quite a few, and we missed them when we're in the 20s, and we'd rather not do that, I mean, we're going to miss some serves, but not that many, like, I don't, my hair's gray, it can't go much grayer, but serving errors will do it to me,
You kind of mentioned, the atmosphere. What was your expectation of coming down?
As well as the Little Rock's fans should do. I mean, they got a good team, and look, over the years, the staff here has been incredibly complimentary and incredibly supportive of me trying to do what I've been trying to do in Arkansas. And hey, it wasn't rainbows, ponies, and glitter the first couple of years I was in Fayetteville, and so this staff was always supportive. They're competitive, right? But they were supportive, right? And so I appreciate that. So it's no surprise that when this exhibition comes on, that the community here rallies around these teams, both of these teams, and so I don't know if we really understood what we were going to get in. It's 1 o'clock on a Saturday, but how wonderful that that crowd was into volleyball. Like, that's really cool, and so it was cool. It was a great environment, and I don't like using the term, hey, it was an SEC environment, because I think that's a meaningless term, but it was a volleyball knowledgeable crowd that really enjoyed volleyball on both sides, and I think both teams produced some really fun volleyball for them to watch. And so, look, if you weren't a volleyball fan before this, then I don't want to talk to you after it. There's good stuff going on.
I'm good to go. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, Romani?
Yes, correct.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yes.
Me and Jack were talking about you in the middle of the game. We're like, yeah, we don't want to be on the other side of that when she's in the sky and, pretty much pummeling it on your head. But I guess, what are your thoughts of your performance today and, just being back here in Little Rock with that Razorback red on and continuing your family's tradition?
Yeah, I mean, I think today was great just as a team. It was our first game, and we've never come down to Little Rock, the women's volleyball team, so that was super exciting. I think coming off of last season, it was just a good first game for us to have camaraderie-wise and just communication-wise. I'm pretty happy with my performance. Obviously, there are always things to change, ways to grow, but it was great, and I love being back home, playing in front of all of my family and friends, my club team, my high school team, everybody, and wearing 30 on my chest means everything.
Blessed to be able to do it wearing an Arkansas uniform. I bet that's got to be special, and to see the way that the community responded to y'all coming down here. How cool is that to see?
It means a lot. I mean, just from both sides in general. Like, it's Arkansas, and I think being able to come and do it in an exciting way is super powerful. And all of the fans, I mean, they were cheering for both sides mostly, but it was super fun, and I think we all enjoyed it.
That's in that third set, you'll fall behind, and then you found a groove. What's it like for you in those moments when it feels like everything you're hitting?
Oh, I love it. I'm just the type of player, I'm like, feed me. Like, let me keep going until they stop me, and Kiki does that, and I love it. And so it was super exciting. And my team, I mean, they pump me up more than anything, and so it means the world.
That's what's going to coach, to face adversity in this kind of situation and be able to, as a team, kind of have that kind of rally. What do you think that can do going forward?
Oh, I think it's great. I mean, this is our first game, and we have so many more games to go. So as a team, being able to flip, and even though we didn't win that set, just making a switch and knowing that we can, I think will help a lot further down the line when we're playing top teams.
What do you think of the crowd today? I've never attended a volleyball exhibition and seen that many people. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think for exhibition match, it was amazing. We didn't know what to expect, but obviously two Arkansas teams playing each other, I'm sure would bring out some fans. But it was great. I think they were loud, and it was fun for all of us, for sure.
Overall, what do you feel like you guys learned? I know it's just an exhibition game. You want to learn things heading into the first one. So what do you feel like some key things you guys learned?
Yeah, I think just keeping our foot on the gas, no matter who's out on the court. I know Coach Jason made some changes throughout the game, and I think no matter who's on the floor, we just have to understand that, like, we got to keep pushing because obviously volleyball can change super fast. So just staying on your toes, and every ball matters.
Coach, you mentioned that you've been working a lot on maybe not the non-swinging parts of your game. What does that look like this offseason, and how have you kind of progressed?
Oh my goodness. When after the spring, he sent me a message and it basically was telling me all the stuff I needed to work on, and a lot of it was back row serving, and I really just went after it during the summer and during like preseason, and I think it paid off. I went to go train with one of my teammates, Lolo Lambert, in Texas, just doing different things just to up my game in the non-hitting aspect.
I guess in terms of just family, who's the most competitive? I was listening to a podcast, see, give me that look. I was listening to a podcast, and y'all are kind of going at it, and I was just like, ooh, it was like, I don't know if I want to answer this question or not, but I guess who's the most competitive, you would say, just amongst, your siblings and I guess your father and your mom?
I mean, me, no. No, I definitely think I am, but my mom is really competitive. People didn't see it as much because she was a cheerleader and all of that, which is very different, but my mom, she's fiery, and I think that's where I get it from. So, but I take on the challenge. I'd like to say I am.
I appreciate it.
Perfect. Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you so much.